Tan Books presents Spiritual Direction from Dante, Ascending Mount Purgatory, by Paul Pearson of the Oratory. Read for you by Kevin O'Brien. Dedication. To my spiritual directees, my companions on the spiritual journey. Foreword by Father Daniel Utrecht of the Oratory. When Dante Alighieri went on his literary tour of hell, purgatory, and heaven, it was not just so that he could write a very interesting travelogue, nor was it merely to see how the sinners in hell suffered penalties fit for their sins, or how the souls in purgatory were being purged for theirs, or even how great was the joy of the saints in heaven. No, the journey was necessary for Dante's own salvation. He needed to see where he was in danger of going, and where he ought to be going, and the challenges he would face on the way. There were lessons for him on each step of his journey. What Father Paul Pearson is teaching us in his three-part study of Dante's journey is that the poet's lessons are for us as well. In Ascending Mount Purgatory, we learn why Dante conceives purgatory as a mountain, why Dante receives 7 letter P's on his forehead, which must be erased before he is fit to enter heaven, why, when the first is erased, the others become fainter. All of these and countless others are lessons that apply to our own spiritual combat. We also learn why the Church is necessary for our journey to holiness, and thus to heaven. Indeed, there are even lessons for Virgil, Dante's guide for the first 2 parts of his journey. Has anyone else ever pointed out how Virgil learns that his exclusion from heaven is not simply a matter of God's arbitrary will, but that he, too, had the opportunity to make it to heaven, but squandered that chance? As an Oratorian, naturally, Father Pearson turns to the wisdom of our founder, St. Philip Neri, for helping in Explain Dante. Both men, after all, were Florentines, and although St. Philip lived 2.5 centuries later, the city of their birth had its influence on each. Our more proximate founder of the Toronto Oratory, Father Jonathan Robinson, writes about the Florentine influence on St. Philip in his book, In No Strange Land.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?